It's that time.
It is. It's big.
That time.
It's big.
Yep, it's the perfect time too.
Oh, yeah.
It's the perfect time.
I'm ready.
We're gonna get everybody what they're looking for too.
Oh, yeah,
Straight like
for sure.
that.
Yep.
Let's get that money.
That's right.
Yep.
Sergio, a true super fight.
Piece them up. Vergil Ortiz will get destroyed by Jaron Ennis. I will bet the house on it with Oscar De La Hoya. It's the best fight in boxing in America. It's a beautiful fight. He's a great fighter. But this guy is another level. I'm telling you, you have got 8-10 years of greatness from this guy. He lives the life. There is nobody like him in boxing. He's going to go up. Anyone. Ortiz, Murtalayev, Fundora, Abu, Zayas. He will destroy them.
Bring them on.
Hey guys, I want to get right into this. You know, I'm absolutely frustrated. Probably like most boxing fans out there. You guys know that on my channel, I've been talking about the possibility of Jaron Boots Ennis taking on Vergil Ortiz Jr. This is the fight that everybody wanted to see. This is the fight that was supposed to happen. There were talks about this over a year ago. For whatever reason, the negotiations kind of fell through. They fell short. Nothing happened, and then you know, recently, and then Jaron Boots Ennis, he took on Usman Lima, took him out in grand fashion, and then of course the discussion started popping up again. Well, who's the most likeliest contender to take on Jaron? And people are talking about Vergil Ortiz Jr. There was also discussions about Terence Crawford. And that would have been the fight that I would have loved to have seen if Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron can't really get anything going, then it would have been fantastic. Fantastic to see Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because Terence Crawford just announced his retirement. If you guys have been following my channel, you guys are privy to that. Now, here's the deal. I'm frustrated because we possibly have one of the best fights at 154 pounds. You got number one versus number two. Contracts agreed. Promoters in agreement. They're saying yes. But why the heck does it feel like we're in a Jeep stuck in mud up to our tires and our wheels are just spinning but we're not moving? Like nothing is happening. We're not going forward. We're not going backwards. We're not even going around in circles. We just seem to be stuck in the same damn position like last time. Like, what the heck is going on, guys? And so I want to talk about these guys, and I want to talk about what the heck, like, who's responsible for this, what's happening, who's holding this up. So let's get into it, guys. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Shiraz. I'm your host. Welcome to Duality 7X. And look, I just want to get into this. I'm fired up, guys. I mean, it's been an absolutely incredibly unbelievable fight weekend so far. We had Anthony Joshua taking on Jake Paul at the Casillas Center in Miami. What an unbelievable fight these guys had. Anthony Joshua had the 6th round KO in 1 minute and 33 seconds into the round. And it was a great card. Anderson Silva beat Tyrone Woodley. He knocked him out in the 2nd round, also, I believe, at 1 minute 33 seconds. So overall, so far it's been great. And then today, Andrew Tate's taking on Chase Demore. Now, on my mind, I've been thinking about Jaron, and I've been thinking about Vergil Ortiz Jr., and I'm like, look, man, something's got to give. We got to see these guys fight. We have to see these guys fight. I'm still kind of like, I'm happy for Terence that he's leaving. He's leaving on his own terms. I mean, he feels that he's accomplished everything that he wanted to accomplish in the sport of boxing. He became the unified, champion of the world. And of course, there was a little controversy, after his fight against Canelo and him, and with the WBC and all that, and part of that I feel could have led to him maybe leaving. Because, with him not wanting to pay the mandatory fees for the WBC stripped him of his title, and they also went on to say that he's no longer allowed as a competitive fighter to fight any of their WBC fighters, so that limits the competition altogether. So I don't know, there was probably a lot of other reasons as well too, and he felt like he wanted to retire. What I really wanted to see was Terence Crawford having one more fight against Jaron. I think that would have been absolutely incredible. And I'm so It's sad that we're not going to be able to see that. But then again, if you throw enough money at something, you never know. It could drag them out for just that one more fight. But right now, we're not talking about $100 million. We're talking about maybe $10 million. And for whatever reason, this potential fight between Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. is not going anywhere. So what is it? Is it Golden Boy? Is it Oscar De La Hoya? Is it Eddie Hearn? Like, what is happening? I don't get it. So obviously it's a terrible situation. It seems to be getting messier as we go. And Eddie Hearn seems to be frustrated because Matchroom has already agreed to a deal with Golden Boy. Right? So Boots Ennis, he signed. Is he ready? Like, but what about on the other side? Like, what's going on? Is De La Hoya and Golden Boy also reciprocal in that? Do they want Vergil Ortiz Jr. to take on Ennis? Like, there seems to be no movement, no final green light. I don't know what's going on. So apparently Eddie Hearn's asking the same questions that fans are asking, right? If no Boots, then who? So let's be real. The alternatives aren't exactly convincing. I talked about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is no longer in the picture, so we can't even talk about Terrence Crawford right now. I mean, you might have to wait about 6 months or longer before you could even talk about the possibility of throwing a super fight together and bringing back Terrence Crawford. But in order for that to happen, you have to throw enough money to the conversation for that to even become something that might come to fruition. And we're not even talking 2026 now. We're probably talking 2027. And if that's the case, now you got a 40-year-old Terrence Crawford and somebody who's by that time could have been potentially out of the ring for as long as, say, 10, maybe 15 months. Similar to Anthony Joshua taking a little bit of a break. And you saw Anthony Joshua when he took on Jake Paul. There was obviously a little bit of ring rust. There was some moments there in the early rounds where AJ was missing a few of his shots. And I mean, look, those are just, cobwebs that come with the game. And you shake it off, and you shake it off pretty quickly. But now we can't think of Terrence Crawford right now. We got to think about what's in front of us. What about Benavidez? Would that be a potential fight? So like right now, I could just start rattling off all the names one by one. But at the end of the day, who do you guys want to see fight? This isn't just another boxing negotiation. We're talking about legacy. It's not always about the money. The money is important. Yes, fighters put their lives on the line every time they get into the squared circle. But at the same time, we also have to talk about other things that matter as well. Okay? I think you can have a combination of both. In today's beautiful age that we live in, I think you can have legacy, I think you can have money, and I think you can have all the fame and glory and all the bells and whistles that come along with that. If you don't believe me, just look online. The fight between AJ and Jake Paul. How much money these guys made. We're talking about almost $100 million to each fighter, potentially. I think it was something crazy, like $267 some million dollars that was supposed to go between these fighters, right? And I think it's even more than 100. I think we're talking about 120 to 130 million dollars before expenses. And that's a lot of money, guys. And here's the funny thing. There were no belts associated with that fight. So no mandatory fees to be able to rep any of the belts. That would have been a huge, huge payday for any of those belts. But I mean, Jake Paul said even after losing to Anthony Joshua, he said, look, I think he wants to fight at cruiserweight. And I think cruiserweight or light heavyweight is more his style. And he's really chasing after a belt. But that's fine. That's dandy. We'll talk about Jake Paul another day. Right now, I want to talk about Jaron Ennis. And I want to talk about Vergil Ortiz Jr. because, like, damn it, I mean, we're talking about already throwing about maybe 10, maybe $15 million to this fight. Why not? What's another $5 million? I mean, this is the fight that's going to define the division. Right now, I mean, the question is, are we looking at 147 pounds, or are we looking at 154 pounds? 147, no problem. Jaron, he's got that locked all day. But for him to go to 154, that's going to be a little bit of a step up. There's going to be a little bit more conditioning, a little added layer of complexity and effort that goes into his normal training regiment and routine. But it can happen. Both of these guys are two undefeated monsters. Both are knockout artists. And they're both in their prime. And they both have what it takes to hype up the fight. People know them. People love them. We want to see them fight. I think in this case, the problem is the promoters. The promoters are holding on to their assets. And they're not willing to put their assets on the line, at least against one another. Because nobody wants to feel like they got the short end of the stick at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, I have so much respect for Oscar De La Hoya and for Golden Boy and what he's done throughout his career. And, you know, like, for him to be able to run a promotional company now. And I remember the days when him and Bernard Hopkins are just putting on all these crazy fights together. They took risks. But I feel like these days promoters are not taking as much risk as they can. I mean, Eddie Hearn took a huge risk. Him and Anthony Joshua both. They went in to take on Jake, the problem child, Paul. And had they have lost, it would have squashed everything that they were building in terms of bringing back AJ into the fold of boxing yet again. There was already a fight that was kind of planned before Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fought, and that was with the deal that's for next year sometime between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. That fight's to come. So this is going to be interesting because, like, I mean, again, everything's going to be fine now. But if he lost, I don't even know if that fight would have happened. And even if it did happen, how many people would have really tuned into it? So anyways, guys, look, you don't get these kind of matchups all too often. When boxing starts to stall on them, fans start to lose their patience and then they go elsewhere. It is what it is, guys. And for Jaron, he's such a young, talented, gifted fighter. Again, undefeated. In his prime, all the skill in the world. Why are we holding guys like him back, including Vergil Ortiz Jr.? Why? I mean, Boots, like, he went on X and he basically said, "Look, I'm not doing this whole back and forth crap. Are we fighting or not? I just need to know." Like he was direct, like, no games. And then Vergil kind of fired back and he said, "Look, so either you said no twice or someone said no for you." So here's the thing, guys. Now these guys are pointing fingers to their promoters or to the other promoters. Who's going to take some accountability here? Who's going to, like, show some balls and, like, come out and say, "Look, guys, it is what it is. Let's get this done. Let's get this going." Right? Fans saw Vergil's body language after the Lubin fight. You remember this, guys? And when Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron were, like, face to face, I actually did a video and my thumbnail actually had both of these guys in it. I got a lot of views on that one. It was really good. And look, they heard the names he brought up. Right? Jermel Charlo. Right? Errol Spence Jr. Guys, this is another name. I can just rattle off names and names and names. But, like, I'm sorry. I mean, they told us everything, right? Here's a problem. Here's a problem with Errol Spence, right? Eddie Hearn shut that down, like, immediately. He didn't want to hear about it. He didn't want to talk about it. I mean, look, Errol Spence, he hasn't fought in, like, 2 years, all right? He's coming off a brutal knockout loss And he's starting to push age a little bit at 35 years old. I mean, that's not too bad, but that's getting up there. And I mean, this is not a serious that would be a good fight, Errol Spence Jr. and Jaron Boots Ennis. I mean, yeah, it's a good fight, but it's not a great fight. Good fight, great fight, huge difference, like from the ocean to the sky. Huge difference. All right? And look, it's not a stall tactic, but when you start talking about these other names, that's great. But I think in the age that we're living in right now, we want to see immediate satisfaction. We want to see big fights. I mean, if the UFC is willing to do it time and time again, putting their best fighters against their best fighters, then why the heck are we slowing down and preventing two of the best fighters right now? Number one, number two, arguably, who should be both number one. Why don't we let them fight? Why not? I mean, Oscar De La Hoya himself, a Golden Boy, said that, look, we're going to discuss it. And if the terms are favorable, and Vergil holds all the cards, like, I mean, come on, guys. Like, that doesn't sound like urgency. That sounds like leverage. It sounds like they want leverage out of this. They want an insurance policy. This is boxing, guys. It's a fight. It's a fight. So you're just going to have your boy, like, you're going to have your fighter fight another guy? I mean, yeah, he's going to fight another guy, and it's going to be great. We're probably going to watch it. We're going to talk about it. But the real question comes down to is, when are the fans going to get what they want? What if Vergil actually turns the fight down? Then everything changes. Boots moves on. Then Boots can say, you know what? It's Vergil Ortiz Jr. You know, you could blame Oscar De La Hoya, you could blame Golden Boy, you could point fingers at every single Tom, Dick, and Harry. But at the end of the day, if Vergil Ortiz Jr. says, I don't want to fight, then that's it. He doesn't want to fight. Move on. Because, like, what else are you supposed to do? Right? I mean, if Vergil says no, then his resume is going to get questioned. People are going to talk about him. People are going to question his validity as a fighter and his capability and whether he deserves strong competition. Look, at the end of the day, the fans want smoke. All right? And not only the fans, but who wanted the smoke even more? All right? Think about this for a second. It's the fighters, guys. If this fight doesn't get made for whatever reason, unfortunately, we're going to miss out on Fight of the Year potential, career-defining moments, most likely. But unfortunately, there's going to be too many excuses, too many politics that continue to hinder our ability to even move forward with this discussion. And if you guys want to see a chaotic, violent, brutal fight, this is the fight, guys. This is the fight. In my opinion, Boots Ennis is doing exactly what a top fighter should do. He's not chasing after clout. He's not, he is chasing greatness, but he's being very, very meticulous right now. He's being very strategic, very calculated. And at the end of the day, it feels like it's Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Golden Boy who are kind of maybe stalling a little bit on their end. I'm not sure, man. Like, look, if you're truly the man at 154, then this is the fight you want to take, right? Because you need to do this fight so you can put all those discussions to a rest. No delays, no deflections. Like, let's get it done, guys. All right? But that's my take. Okay? And look, with all due respect, the last thing I would ever do is question Oscar De La Hoya or Golden Boy. Oscar De La Hoya, former world champion himself, a legend in the ring. He knows more about the sport of boxing than I could read books and books and books on it. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't even equate to a small percentage because Oscar's lived it. He's done it. He's been in the ring. So he knows what it's like in the fight business from a fighter all the way to a promoter. So you got to give credit where credit is due. And he's a smart businessman. And especially in the world right now that we live in, where you got the TKO group, you got Zuffa, you got all these guys, Turkey LL Sheikh, you got Paramount, you got all these big power players in the game. I mean, the days of like, you know, I mean, Don King and all those like other promoters, those are all long gone, guys. These guys are big money players, power players. They run shit. So when you got all this going on, and now Manny Pacquiao's getting into the game, and like, seems like a lot of fighters are maybe even Terrence Crawford might get into the game as a promoter. Seems like everybody wants to be a promoter, and so you do have to keep your guard up, right? Whether it's Matchroom, whether you're Golden Boy, it doesn't matter. You have to keep your guard up. So Oscar is only doing what Oscar knows what to do, is to protect his fighters and to protect his entity, protect his organization and business. But at the end of the day, this is the fight that people want to see, and I just hope that neither of these fighters are ducking one another, and I hope there's like, it's not all politics that's actually preventing from these fighters from being able to get into the ring against one another. So you let me know what you guys think. This is just my personal opinion, my take. I want to see this fight happen. I want to see Jaron Boots Ennis taking on Vergil Ortiz Jr. Or you set up a showdown, you bring back Terrence Crawford for one more fight. And you know what? Pay the guy his money. He wants another $50 million. Let's do it. Let's do it. $50 million. Let's make it happen, guys. All right. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. Please smash a like and subscribe. And join us here on Duality 7X for more raw, unfiltered fight talk. Because when this fight finally gets made, you know we're going to be covering it, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you later.